Right. Hello. It is the 20-something of 23rd
It
of
is
July.
the 20x. It is the XX of
of X.
X 20xdx.
XX.
Here is the news.
Text.
Do not adjust your television set.
Do not adjust your television X.
But then if it was a future year, it wouldn't be television sets.
How do you know?
Well, we don't know whether it's past or future.
Yeah, true.
All we know is it's 20xdx.
Yeah.
It could be adjusting your radio sets.
Yeah. Please do not adjust the ratio of your smartphones.
Ich lasse mich in den Ättersaugen meine Ohren werden Augen, as they say.
Oh.
When they listen
Do
to the
they
radio.
indeed?
Yes.
And what's that when it's in English?
Something
Dark side. Something complete.
My ears become eyes. I know that bit.
Okay, sure.
Anyway.
Digimon World.
Digimon World. Last time,
On Digimon World.
So it's been a while.
What did we do?
TV of the year, 1919 tune.
1919 too.
Yes, it's from Newcastle. And we had
Newcastle.
5 Options, which were Abfab, Batman the Animated Sab, Noddy's Toyland Ab, Sailor Mab, and Gladitab.
Gladitab.
Yeah.
Oh, Gladitab. Yeah,
I put in Gladitab because a couple of us said it, and I thought it might do well.
that's fair.
We just named like the next generation of Teletubbies.
Gladitab.
That'll be appearing in that Minecraft mod soon enough.
Gladitab just sounds like a Teletubby name.
Oh.
Gladitab.
Oh yeah, Gladitab. Ooh.
Are you thinking of your new Teletubby
Steal.
fan fiction?
Steal.
Oh, they could be the enemies of whatever D&D thing you end up doing.
No, I have too many ideas to have more already. I can't even
I have
put
too
the
many
ideas
ideas
I
to be
have into a
distracted.
thing.
So,
Joint last place, 5%. Abfab and Sailor Moon. Then next was Gladiators with 10%. Then next was Noddy with 15%. Then with
The winner.
65% was Batman the Animated Series.
yes,
Fair.
I take the win.
No, I'll take that. Batman's very, 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 very good.
Yeah,
Probably
to be fair, like,
the animated series is my favorite incarnation of Batman. So,
agreed.
Yeah, definitely my favorite Joker.
It's the only version of Batman that I found, because I didn't get a chance to
Someone
put my
fall
case
over in the
forward last time,
background.
so I wasn't here. The Batman the Animated Series to me is the only version of Batman I don't hate.
Okay.
Because whenever anybody talks about Batman, I think of the Batman from the Lego movie.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm the greatest detective ever. You know, that's the
only
sort of
work in
Batman I
black.
think of.
You
But-
just kind of see him as a spoof nowadays.
Yeah, I really do, because like it's kind of hard to take him seriously.
He's become so dark and gritty that he can't be dark and gritty anymore.
And it's almost like he's becoming like a Mary Sue, just because it's just like, oh, he could do this, that, and the
Yeah.
other. He's amazing. He could do everything. Oh, he could take down Superman. It's like, sure, whatever. I don't care. Give me a character with actual interest.
That
you
was
know?
the single reason why that series of films didn't do as well as they wanted.
That was it. That was the single reason.
That was it, yeah.
I haven't actually seen all those films, so yeah,
They
I've seen any of
are
them.
definitely films.
Better thing to do
they,
with my
they
time.
exist.
I'll be right back a sec. Just gotta go and grab something.
Like, they're not terrible,
A machete.
but they are.
Put him in the back channel.
They could definitely stand to improve themselves. Shall we say.
Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, and he doesn't get the joke as much though. So
No, he'll come back and then wonder why none of us are talking.
yeah.
Not even better.
Yeah, he's like, why are you guys not like, what? Oh dear. I mean, like, do we carry on or do we wait for him to come back?
You have any between biscuits we can chuck
Yes. So I've been listening to Big Finish, obviously, as we know, and
in.
the one I listened to last was really good. It was called The Kingmaker,
Sounds familiar.
which is about Richard III and the Princes in the Tower.
Which Doctor was
Welcome
this?
back, Alex. How you
Nice
doing?
plan, guys.
Oh, that does sound familiar.
Did you enjoy your stay in purgatory?
I literally went to go and get
Rename the bad channel Purgatory.
I prefer bad.
Didn't we write a script about that, Ridge?
Yeah, we did.
No, I didn't get a fan because it was just way too hot here. So
I expected to hear cheering in the background when you said that.
I've got two on the go. They're not too loud for people, are they?
No, I can't hear a
it at
thing.
all. Yeah.
Cool.
I've got one oscillating next to me, so.
I've got one, not oscillating, but pointing at me as well. Look at that.
Ooh,
It's
I find
fan,
it's better if it oscillates.
It's
I've
fan
got
chat.
two- Yeah, I got
Fat
two
Chan.
fans.
Fat chat.
I've pulled my Chan from the tower in the corner and stuck it in the center of the console for the moment, just so it's closer and I can actually feel it.
It's a shame you don't have the up and down oscillation, so you have like
Yeah.
it spinning round and
Yeah.
going up and down.
One of my future final plans for the TARDIS, if I could ever pull it off, would be to attach a ceiling fan to my room, and
Right.
then build around the blades just like a shell type thing that could rotate with them, like in the Capaldi TARDIS.
That would be very dangerous at high speeds.
Oh yeah, you obviously
And
wouldn't. Well, yeah, I wouldn't build it out of anything that could cause damage. Probably cardboard.
I mean, everything can cause damage if you chuck it hard enough.
Number one.
Oh,
Go on.
I was just going to make a joke about getting the mightiest paper cut, but
I was just going to say, Fat Chan was an amazing input, and also
You're welcome.
It reminded me of during the Euros, there was one of the sponsors that kept on having their adverts on on the sides of the pitch was this Chinese company called Ant Chain. And every time I saw it, I said to myself, "Oh, Ant Chan!" And I imagined this little like manga character of Ant Chan.
Is that Anchan's the guy?
do you think that's like the anime version of Ant-Man?
Yeah, it must
Chan. Is that like you know how
sorry, my door.
you know how
wind.
Into the Spider-Verse they've got Penny Parker, is it?
Yes.
The anime one? That's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
into the Ant-Man verse.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
The Ant-Man of that universe, yeah.
Oh dear.
Good old Ant Chan. But of course, Ant Chan is actually the size of an ant.
Do we have to find like a really little mod or mob in Minecraft, catch it, cage it, and call it Ant-Chan?
Only if it's
That's
an
the
ant.
rats, isn't it? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's got to be an ant mod.
There
There
are
is. There's worker ants.
There are ant mobs already. You just can't see them because they're so small.
No, there is a mod. I think it's called worker ants, which replace pipes and assorting systems with ants. So you can literally tell it to take items from one chest to another, and it does it through a stream of ants.
That's pretty cool.
I like that just for the novelty.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we need it in the
In the reboot,
Yeah.
Well, it's only on 1.12 by the looks of things. Anyway, so the Kingmaker.
yeah, Kingmaker.
It was about Richard III and the Princes in the Tower, but it was very, very funny. It was like full of sort of like non sequiturs. I don't know if that's the right word for what they were, but whatever they were,
Non
it was full of them.
sequiturs, where the big-lipped alligator moments.
I don't know, but
Random moments that have nothing to do with anything else, but are just there.
Family Guy
Okay.
cutaways.
It wasn't non sequiturs then, but just funny moments and a lot of kind of anachronistic bits as well. Like at one point they give a press conference, but it's two of the country's gossips, and there's just like Monty Python voices in the background. They're like,
I
Oh, we
recognise
like
the
that.
name of it, but I don't think I've actually listened to that one.
What's it called?
The Kingmaker.
Kingmaker, yeah.
But I looked up who wrote it, and it's a guy called Nev Fountain, who was one of the writers of what's it called, Dead Ringers.
Oh,
That's obviously why it was funny.
Okay.
that's nice.
Maybe that we need more comedians writing on Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Or comedy writers.
So it also had John Coleshaw in it playing Tom Baker, because this was before Tom Baker joined.
Oh, is this the one with the cover and it's got like the Fifth Doctor sat on something and it's got like a Tom Baker reference
Yes,
in
because
the cover?
one of the like plot contrivances is that the Doctor is writing children's books. For example, Doctor Who discovers prehistoric monsters.
So this is the canon answer to where all these Doctor Who books came from.
Yeah, but who is it? Perry asks him, "Why is it Doctor Who?" And he says, some idiot publisher made a mistake. I called the series The Doctor, comma, Who Discovers Prehistoric Monsters."
I might have to get. I need to start listening to the ones I because I've got a nice little handful. I've listened to 80% of the Big Finish we've got, but there's a nice little handful I haven't finished.
Yeah.
You haven't finished them bigly.
Oh
No. But yeah, that was good. 'cause
Bigly finishes.
Not only was that a sort of deep lore Doctor Who reference, it was also the Wife in Space thing, wasn't it? Which they used to sell. They don't sell them anymore. I only thought of them like when they hadn't sold them anymore. They used to sell mugs that said Doctor, Who on them.
Oh yeah. Oh, I haven't read Wife in Space for God knows how long.
That's
Yeah,
brilliant.
but that was-
I love that.
But I've always remembered Doctor, Who.
That's such a ridiculous joke. I love it.
But yeah, so that was good. Well done there, Fountain. Congratulations. I enjoyed that one. Oh, did I finish the one I was listening to? I was listening to the one about Cromwell. I can't remember if I finished it or not. With Ace and
Ovilla?
Hex. Oh yeah, I finished it. It was called Homecoming or something like that.
I don't recognise it off the top of my
No,
head.
it was The Settling, sorry.
I
the settling.
I've got The Nowhere Place next.
Oh.
So that'd be good.
Pronounced Neverwhere.
I'm up to number 84. I'll be run out of these soon. I have to get some of the Lucy Miller ones like I keep promising.
Oh yeah. I think I did. I've got a couple of. You'll have to. I've got the Missy ones. I've got Benny. I've got Benny's first one. I've got Benny. No, Benny Summerfield.
What
I've got her
about
first one.
Benny?
And then
I'm
I've got like random ones that aren't from the monthly collections.
Yeah. But yeah, Big Finish. It's great. So,
It definitely is.
did you have any other biscuity boils before we go on to Tov of the Year?
I just need to check something.
Alex started and quitted a new job.
Yeah. I am sorry.
Oh, dude, I'm just messing.
Oh yeah, I
It's
forgot
fine.
about that. Was there workplace bullying?
No, oh god no.
Yes, but not from me.
So my old job took me back.
Oh.
Funny enough, actually.
Was it like the power plant in Springfield where they make you crawl through a little dog flap so that you literally
I was
come crawling
literally
back?
thinking that when it was
I mean,
happening.
that's
I'm so happy you were thinking that.
Don't forget, like when I got back, I said to Amy, I was like, "Oh my god, it's like Simpsons," and I just get a little plaque. Don't forget, you're here forever. But I got offered another job as well, which was weekly pay, but it was nights in a warehouse, and it was just like labeling COVID tests.
It was a night's job. It was a very nice.
It was nice.
job.
It was.
I don't mind night jobs because they're like it still gives you the daytime to yourself.
Yeah, no, I was actually quite tempted to do both jobs at the same time, and my sister and Amy were just like, "No, if you do that, you'll die."
Burn yourself out.
Yeah, you will die.
I was like, "Okay,
I
that's
wouldn't do both.
Yeah, I was just like, "Oh, but weekly pay," and she's like, "It's not worth it." But no. So I was like, "Oh, thank you," but I've taken another job basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What was I going to say?
Last of the week. I do apologize, Rich.
Oh, bro, forget it. Fine.
We did. I can't remember who was on what podcast, but I mean, we did crack the code and discover that you were only being hired so that Rich could train you, and then you were on lower pay, and then they'd sack Rich and use you to do the job. So don't feel too bad.
What the hell? Oh God.
Well, say la vie.
Yeah.
Say lovely. You just
Say
did, didn't you?
lovely.
Lovely.
Say lovely.
Say lovely.
Oh, say lovely.
Blame it on the weatherman. Bewitched review there. So, TV of the year. Should we commence?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. It's 1993.
Okay, what are we
yeah.
doing?
Oh, shit.
What
Half
have I
my
got?
colleagues aren't even born yet.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I've got 17.
Oh my God, I've only got. How have you got that? I've got 3.
Yeah, no, I've got about 17 to be honest.
I've got 10.
Jesus Christ, guys.
Well, Alex, you can go first.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, again, bear in mind I wasn't born. So. That's probably why I have so little.
I think we have 21 altogether, but 4 of them are only shout-outs.
Still
Fair.
counts for the numbers.
So number 3 is Come Outside.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Pippin. It's time to fly.
Pippin. Oh, that's what the dog's name
I
was.
now
I couldn't
have 11.
remember it.
Now have 11.
The plane. Oh, that's nostalgic. Yeah.
Giant dotty plane.
The dotty plane, yeah.
Amazing.
I feel like anybody
Actually,
outside of the
they're
UK
not
is going to be very confused by that.
Oh, yeah, they're
Should we
going to be like,
go-
what the hell?
All the listeners on Ghana aren't going to know what's going on. I always love how like the innocence of a child. You never question why she's taking the plane to the school
Down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot, but I need to watch
Round the corner for milk. Come on, Pippin, it's time to fly.
And all the music starts up like Mr.
Yes,
Smith
yeah.
and Sarah Jane.
Just like into the side of the building. Fucking
yeah.
hell, Rick.
Jesus Christ.
No, like the one episode of that I remember was when they went to the sewage plant and they had like a fake poop that they brought back.
One I always remember is one where they go to
think
a
I've
quarry.
Oh.
Because I just
It's just
remember
the
the
Cybermen.
imagery. No, well, yeah. I just remember the imagery of like all the stone trucks tipping like stone and stuff down and digger. I just got that imagery.
I don't actually remember any kind of specific episode. I just remember her getting in the plane and then that music. That's all I remember
Yeah.
from it. I remember watching it though a bit as a kid. My number 2 is Frasier.
Yes.
Yeah, I've
Nice.
never seen that. Never seen
I've
it.
seen the odd episode when I was really little and it didn't interest me at that age. If I watched
Yeah.
it now, I don't know how I'd feel, but
Yeah, it's genuinely funny at points. Like it's very, very good.
Well, I mean, it's one
most
of the
successful
best-
spin-off in TV history. I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah, it's one of the
Yeah.
most highly regarded sitcoms ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used-
Ever?
Ever. I used to watch
Ever
him.
what? Ever what?
Ever Bev.
Oh, okay.
Evor Bevor.
Or what?
I used to watch the odd episode at my grand's house, but I actually really enjoyed it. So I've just seen like the odd episode,
Yeah.
now and then, and watch it and stuff. And my number 1 is Zap.
That, yes.
Yeah, I freaking love that show. I actually rewatched it. I rewatched it recently.
Yeah, sorry.
So that's right. I rewatched it recently. On because there's like a whole like VHS of it on YouTube, and I was like, it was the one that I had as a kid, and I was like, oh my god. So I watched it, and I think the way that you watch it as a kid, I watched it as an adult. I was sort of like, this is really weird. Like, I don't know. It's just
Well, it was made for deaf people.
really.
Yeah, that's why there was
I
no
did-
talking at all.
I had no idea. Oh my god, that
Another
makes so
fun
much
fact.
sense.
Yeah, it was designed for deaf kids.
Okay.
Got a fun fact about it as well. In the
Yeah.
last couple of series, Sophie Aldred was a reoccurring character as Minnie the Witch, and Sophie Aldred is Ace, who played the seventh Doctor's companion.
Oh, I remember watching. I think I must have not watched a later series, but I remember seeing a few of those with her
Okay.
in. I didn't know that was her. That's crazy.
Because like the characters I remember off the top of my head, there's Cuthbert Lily. She's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
silly. There's the
Neil
hands.
Buchanan was on there.
Yes, he was. He was the RTD.
Yeah, Smarty Out.
Smarty Art. That's the
Loved
one.
him.
The hands.
Yeah.
Yes, the
I
hands.
love the hands.
Everyone remembers the hands.
Daisy Dare. Is that
Daisy
her name?
Dare.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 I actually, weird actually, watching it as an adult, I actually found her really annoying.
Oh yeah.
As a kid, it was just fine.
I feel like Cuthbert Lily is like discount Mr. Bean.
Oh yeah, definitely. He reminded me a lot. I was like, this is literally just Mr. Bean.
Hang on, I've got to look at this now.
We couldn't afford Rowan Atkinson, so
Get this guy instead.
No, I don't want Zap from The Simpsons.
What?
free Zeds.
Zap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Zap. Where'd you get that
from
t-shirt?
Christmas Man.
Came out of the closet.
Smarty Art. The handyman, Tricky Dicky. I don't remember. No, he was only in series.
That was
one.
in later. Oh wait, oh no, that was season 1.
Daisy Dares and Minnie the Mini Magician. Yeah,
This
series
is
8
really
and 10.
funny because I've literally never heard of this program. And you do.
It's
it's
only a few
fucking
like it's,
fantastic.
it's the
right
best,
question. It's going on the list.
yeah. It was a
God.
CRTV thing, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
It was, yeah.
We can watch. What can't we Bernard's watch with CITV?
No, I'm saying that's why I never heard of it.
Oh, that's why you know. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a
Yeah.
BBC boy.
But yeah, that's my top.
I prefer
That's my
black.
top one.
Oh, he's dead silly. Not he's so he's dead silly.
Ah.
Wow.
I did
Mark
also want to watch
Dobbin.
recently, and I sort of found that he was quite. It was a lot more kind of with his sketches. How do you pronounce his name?
Who?
The on Zap. That's him. Yeah, like his sketches. I think some of them, from what I watched, like they were quite. They weren't like bad, but they seemed a lot more kind of mean spirited than what Mr. Bean would be. I think
Yeah, but
it was funny though.
yeah, but still, like for kids, so it's got to be over sillified a little bit.
Yeah, no, I get that.
It's basically if Mr. Bean is Stephen Moffat, Russell T Davis, Cuthbert Lily is Chibnall.
Pretty much.
Fucking
You've just-
generous.
You've just reminded me of
Generous
another
to
bit.
Chibnall.
You reminded me of another bit from The Kingmaker when they think that they've encountered the Master, and Aramem says to Perry, asks for an explanation from something to Perry, and Perry says, "I'll explain later," which I'm sure must have been intentional.
Oh yeah, that's love it. Oh, but no, cool. Zap.
Yeah.
Yo, what? Sorry, Daisy Dares was voiced by
what?
Neil Buchanan.
Yeah.
For real?
Wait, what?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. No,
In
because
Series 8 onwards, she was voiced by Sophie Aldred.
Oh, okay. So I guess the person who actually played her didn't voice her
No.
for whatever
Ah.
reason.
they were deaf.
She was just that bad.
Yeah.
You think the one they went with was annoying? You should have heard her actual voice.
Yeah, this was actually produced by like Hollywood moguls from
Jesus.
the 40s.
My God.
Right, I think Rich, you were connected.
Oh yes, I was. So,
Connected for.
two honourable mentions that we've already had are Zap and Come Outside. The Pink Panther.
I've seen some of it, but I don't remember
Yeah.
much.
Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Never really watched it. Know of
It
it.
was fucking weird. It was very Looney Tunes-esque.
Fair.
Yeah. Frasier, obviously.
What was that?
Animals
Sorry,
of Farthing
I
Wood.
coughed and didn't hear what you said.
Oh, Frasier.
Yeah.
I thought you said Voyager for a sec. I was like, that doesn't sound right.
No, that's a couple of years from here.
I know I watched Animals of Farthing Wood. I just don't remember it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that one. It seemed familiar, but I had to look at some like
It's-
pictures and videos, and it didn't ring any bells. But I'm sure I must have.
I have watched one episode in the past 2 years because it was on one of the CBBC reconstructions I made, and I do remember the show, but I didn't remember watching it. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember really enjoying it. Yeah, there's that one. Biker Mice from Mars.
Oh
Heard of that,
yeah.
I've never seen it.
I do. I do remember.
I know I must have watched it because I've got a
Yeah.
sticker of it on my window.
That's an honorary mention because I recognise it, I remember it, but I don't remember watching it.
Ditto.
Yeah. What else was there? Sequest DSV.
Oh, is that like Star Trek DS9?
No. So
Oh.
Sequest DSV, I believe, was an Australian. Oh, it's an American science fiction thing. Created by one of the guys who created Farscape.
Oh yeah.
So it's basically an underwater sea base.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
oh! This is coming back. Was it like on Channel 5 or something weird like that?
I think it might have been.
It's very vaguely familiar. It's something I didn't watch, but I had seen flicking through, watched like 5 minutes of, and thought, nah, I'd rather watch
Yeah.
cartoons.
I vaguely remember it. Yeah, I remember quite enjoying it, from what I remember. But yeah, so there's that. Lois and Clark, the New Adventures of Superman.
Yes.
Literally named that way, so it sounds like Lewis and Clark.
Yeah, that's what I
Explorers.
thought it was going to be.
I don't know what I'd go with, but actually, no. If you say Smallville doesn't count because it doesn't show him as Superman, I'd say Lois and Clark was probably my favourite version of Superman that I've watched.
It was my own introduction to Superman.
I think
Yes.
it wasn't my introduction, but it was what made me a bit more appreciate him. I know I'd
Yeah.
seen the old school movies beforehand. but
I
in
hadn't.
terms of-
I
Okay.
remember seeing the reruns of this with my brother when we were
I
very young.
I was watching the reruns as well, and because of that, I now own all 4 or 5 series of it on DVD. Yeah.
So my second place
Okay.
is what I thought was going to be Aussie's number 1, but I think we're going to have a tie. So second place is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers,
Okay.
for reasons which I'm sure we'll go into. But my number 1 is the best Star Trek DS9.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
DS9 is incredible.
You're not gonna have a draw with me.
Oh, okay. Very well. Yeah, DS9 probably one of the best Star Trek series ever
I
made.
know it was really good, but until me and Christian get back round
Yeah.
to watching it, I've only got vague memories. I've got decent memories of it, but not perfect memories.
Yeah, no, it is honestly fantastic. I love it.
I know my
remember
auntie loved
key
it.
moments. I remember like key moments and good scenes and like certain episodes, but I don't
Yeah.
remember the entirety.
No, it's absolutely fantastic. Anyway, so yes, DS9, that is my winner.
Nice.
Nice. Excuse me.
Is that DS9?
Because I remember being at my auntie's and like the latest episode of DS9 was on. She always had to watch it, and like she was really excited that like the Enterprise was there and it was like a crossover and all that sort of stuff.
Oh my god. So, yeah, the Enterprise appeared in like early episodes, I think, just because TNG was set like as DS9 was starting.
Yeah.
So like, the opening scene of DS9 is Wolf 359 from Best of Both Worlds in Series 3, I think. TNG.
We'll get there eventually, Christian.
We'll get there. We'll
Yeah.
get there.
I know
Um,
I'm just saying words at this point that you don't quite understand, but
We're watching in broadcast order, so we will
Oh,
eventually get to the point with just that generation with those 3 different
the
series.
Next
TNG
generation.
era where it's all gonna like cross
And we'll
over.
have to start watching like an episode of one, then move into another, then moving back, then move into another, and then one will disappear, and then we'll get Voyager come in, and we'll have to do it again.
I smell a
And then-
spreadsheet.
Yep, that's probably the best way to do it.
I love your spreadsheets, Christian. I'll leave that to you.
I'm the spreadsheet king.
Uh,
Excuse me.
Can you
is
imagine
that how
trying to
we're
watch
gonna
Star?
that's how we're going to save the day in one of your D&Ds one day. We're going to need a spreadsheet in order to save the day.
Can you imagine trying to watch Star Trek in chronological order?
No.
We mentioned it right at the start, and then we went against it.
Yeah, because you got to watch Discovery in the middle of that.
It came up in discussions of when we were starting to watch Star Trek, and then we said no, we'll just go because we wanted.
Yeah,
to
because then you have to start with
But we wanted.
First Contact.
The problem is
technically.
if new stuff comes out when we're halfway through, it'll muck up our orders. So if we do it in
True,
broadcast
yeah.
order, that's always going to stay the same.
True. True.
I interviewed someone the other day, and in one of his answers, he was talking about this like amazing spreadsheet he made for one of his
it
previous
just
jobs, and he was
Slowly
like,
getting a boner under the desk.
and he was like, yeah, and the desk was rising
Just starts
up.
lifting up.
Yeah. It was
You're on the webcam and the webcam starts tilting. It's like, oh, is your webcam starting to fall? And you just push the desk down. It's like, nope, sorry, ignore it.
but yeah, no, and he was like, "Oh yeah, sorry, that's probably just I've went off on one. That's probably really boring." And I was like, "No, you're speaking to the right person."
No. If there's anybody that is going to appreciate this, it is me.
You didn't get the job.
Oh, shame.
So,
His spreadsheet was impressive, but not good enough.
Yeah.
Too many columns, not enough input.
Exactly. So I know. I think I'll go next. I think you had more than me anyway, Ozzy, if I remember rightly. But I
Got the
think
same amount.
you said that you had you'd like come up with stuff for yours or something. So save that.
Yes. Okay.
Right. So the extras first of all, i.e., things that I know I watched and liked, but I don't really remember anything about them. Babylon 5, Biker Mice from Mars.
Yep.
Sooty ampersand co. Full stop. And Old Bear Stories.
Old Bear.
Yeah, I had the books of all the Old Bear Stories as well, and I remember it being on the telly. And also in there is the X-Files, which I've seen bits and bobs of here and there down the years. Then the Honourables.
Honourables.
Albert the Fifth Musketeer,
Albert the
which has a banging theme tune, by the way.
Albert the Fifth Musketeer.
Oh.
No.
No. Number Time, Little Juan, remember that one?
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't that El Nombre?
El Nombre!
Yeah.
I've technically got that down, but as El Nombre, not as
I was
Number
going to
Time.
say, yeah, that came out in like 2001, didn't it?
The TV program was called Number Time, and El Nombre was a character on it.
Oh, and he got okay. That I
Just when I was looking through, when I was looking through
Wait a
IMDb,
minute.
it gave me El Nombre over. It
Yeah.
gave me El Nombre as a show.
It gave
yeah, I'm guessing.
it gave me Number Time. That's why
I remember Number Time when I was a kid,
Maybe
but I didn't realise
both
it.
separately, and I missed Number Time, and you
So-
missed El Nombre.
Yeah.
Number Time was the show where El Nombre originated, and then he got a spin-off called El Nombre.
I thought we knew that.
Did not know that.
Okay. But anyway.
Well, it was
what that?
news to me.
Magique. Next, Tots TV.
Magic.
Yes.
I'm a Tots, just Squeeze and Tot. T, Tom and Tiny.
Tom and Tiny.
Round the Twist.
Oh my god.
Have you ever felt like this? I mean, everyone remembers the piss spirit, don't they? Let's be honest.
Yep.
The piss episode was so funny.
Things happen. How you going round the twist?
Even
Round
as a
the
kid, I was
twist.
like, "This is fucking weird."
Yep.
It was an Aussie show. What do you expect?
That's true.
Yeah, very true.
Aussie's always weird.
Maybe that was the like they say that people turn out what they're named like.
Yeah, nominative
Maybe that was the
determinism.
curse of me.
So
Yeah.
you're gonna like.
Oh,
bite the
great.
head
So
off
I'm
a
going to
cat.
end up being a dick, am I?
Yeah. Or you make barrels. Diagnosis Murder. The one with Dick Van Dyke
What do you mean, answer?
as a doctor.
Careful, this is a kid show.
Yes. The Busy World of Richard Scarry. Bananas Gorilla. Don't everyone watch that? It was like there was a worm who had a car that was like a big apple, and there was a character called Bananas Gorilla who always wanted bananas, and he had watches all up both his arms.
Okay, right. Wind that back a little bit. There was a worm
Yes.
that drove a car,
Yes. What's so hard to
and
understand?
there was a gorilla
Yeah.
that had
He was called Bananas Gorilla.
wristwatches called Bananas Gorilla, who
Yeah,
had
'cause he
watches
liked
going
bananas.
up his arm.
Yes. Yeah, just watches going up his arm. I don't know why. I think it was a racist thing, honestly. But it was yeah, it was a good show.
I thought he just had multiple Metabots.
And there was an episode where there was a little song to teach you how to brush your teeth. With like the cat doing it or something, if I remember rightly.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I do know this thing.
I had all the books of Richard Scarry and everything. Anyway, I'll keep
Oh
going.
my god, no, I remember this.
I have just had a thought. Maybe we should be
Careful.
doing these orders longest to shortest, so then the people who don't recognize stuff but suddenly do when other people mention them get to add them into their mentionables. I don't know. Just a random thought. I just thought because we keep on having
Yeah.
people go, oh god, I remember this. All right, chuck that onto my.
But it doesn't really matter if it's not the winner.
No.
Just add it in wherever. I do shortest to longest because if someone's only got 3 things, we want to give them the chance to talk about their things before anyone else does.
Fair enough.
Live and Kicking was the other one.
Yes.
So, are you ready for my
Clive,
actual list?
Clive is
Yes.
licking. Okay, yep, go.
Number 5. Jules' annual hootenanny.
What?
It's Jules
Never heard of
Holland's annual New Year's Eve show where there's just a load of music and stuff. It's a great show. Hootenanny! Number 4, Animaniacs.
Yes. And they're zany to the max.
They are.
Yes.
Number 3, Come Outside.
Oh.
Number 2, I don't think this one really counts because it wasn't a TV series, but it's not my winner, so it doesn't actually matter, and I'm saying it anyway, which was The Wrong Trousers.
No, fair. I'll take that because it's a TV special.
Yeah,
Wasn't sh-
straight to
wasn't
TV
shown in-
movie.
Wasn't
Yes.
shown in cinemas. Wasn't straight to DVD, but wasn't in cinemas. It was straight to TV. So
Yeah.
And then my winner is Shooting Stars.
Hey.
Welcome
Never
to
heard of
Shooting
that one.
Stars. Welcome, whoever you are. The stars have been greeted, professionally seated. So come along and let's start shooting stars.
You've never seen Shooting Stars, Alex?
no, for his
No.
benefit, Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer just basically take the piss out of celebrities for half an hour on a panel show. And make them do really
it is
stupid
glorious.
stuff.
It's the anarchic game show. The first series is odd viewing because no one knows what it is at that point, and they're all expecting an actual game show. And I remember Danny Baker being on there being like, "Wait a minute, we're all just stooges for your jokes," and Vic and Bob just kind of look at each other as if to say, "Well, yeah." Yeah, it's got some great moments like giving Johnny Vegas a facelift by sticking vacuum cleaner hoses to his face.
God.
The dove from above.
Who was it that had to absorb the power of the poultry? I can't remember. They lowered varying sizes of poultry onto him, and the poultry, and this is very important, is suspended from javelins.
Yes.
My God.
Oh, it's amazing, and it
It
has
was very much a YouTube quiz show before YouTube.
yeah,
Okay.
it has helped to guide my humor all these years.
This is very true. Cannot dispute that.
Yes, so there you are. It'll probably get 3% of the vote.
Yeah.
Ozzy, over to you.
Over to me. So to me.
To you.
To me. So my honourables, which are The Animals of Farthingwood, by
Nice.
Mice from Mars, Boy Meets World, Live and Kicking,
yeah.
and my weekly Sentai shout out, Gosai Sentai Dire Ranger,
Yeah.
which I haven't seen
Bless
much
you.
of, to be honest. And then
Great Ranger.
so I've just got the list rather than having I could say like from number 5 is the list and now we're on to my backup list or
He
whatever they are.
has the list.
These are the 17. So it's got a kid now.
List.
Popeye and Son is at number 17.
Oh,
Fucking hell.
Not to be confused with the British character of the same name created in the same year. All New Dennis the Menace is our number 16.
Wait.
I missed that one.
I think I remember that, yeah.
No, not that. No, not British
Yeah,
Dennis
I
the Menace.
know. I know.
It's the blonde one with Mr.
Oh, the other
Johnson.
Dennis the Menace. Okay, I didn't miss
Oh,
it.
wait,
I
is
never
this,
saw it.
is this the cartoon one?
Yeah,
cartoon
not to be
blonde one?
confused with the British character.
Yeah, I
of
think
the
it's
same
because
name.
you said not to be confused with the British character. My mind
Yeah.
just went, oh, the British one.
But that's the thing. They were both made in the same year across
Yeah.
different ponds, as it
Yeah.
were. Across the pond, yeah.
Yeah.
Two fish from decidedly different ponds. But how will they fare living together for a week in Tuscany?
What?
That's my new TV show.
Okay.
I want to believe that number 15 is the X-Files, and that's because it is.
Oh.
Oh.
They're zany to the max, and number 14 is the Animaniacs.
I'm loving this like countdown.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
I mean,
going to be playing
it's
Pick of the Pops in the background.
It's because we've had 2 weeks to do this, so I thought, okay, I want to spice it up a bit.
No,
Pick of the world.
Anyway, shooting in at number
No,
13 is Shooting Stars.
Oh.
You can't tell me what to do, you ain't my doctor. It's Dimensions in Time at number 12.
What?
Dimensions in Time. The multi-doctor
God.
EastEnders crossover.
I'm sorry, what?
God. Be grateful you don't know.
I need to know this. I'm intrigued now. What the fuck?
Basically, I think it was for the 30th anniversary of 1993, the 30th anniversary of Doctor Who, they made a two-part comic relief special which brought back the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th Doctors, as well as multiple enemies and villains, and stuck them on Albert Square.
Oh my god. That
And then
sounds as awful as it does.
Flip-flopping them between each other.
I'm gonna look that up after. That sounds
If you
ridiculous.
want, we could watch it when you come round tomorrow.
Yeah, how long is it?
It's literally like 15 minutes in total.
Okay, yeah.
It is as bad
alright.
as you think it is,
I was
Alex.
gonna say this is gonna be interesting.
It's not long. They were basically, the backstory is they wanted to make a proper big budget film called The Dark Dimension,
I forgot
and
about
then
that.
and then the BBC pulled out of giving them budget, or so they said, actually no, we don't think people would be interested in this 30-year-old show that no one cares about, blah blah blah. So they pulled out and they didn't do it. So we just got Dimensions in Time.
Oh god.
And relative dimensions in space.
I made up the name from the initials.
And then she sent a memo back to Gallifrey, so they all knew what it was called.
That doesn't even. I just realised that doesn't even make sense as a statement by itself, because you haven't made up the name from the initials. The initials are the initials. You haven't made anything up. You just
Yeah.
read the initials. maybe it meant something different in 1963.
I have created this new machine. What do you call it? The time and relative dimensions in space. That's not grammar. That is not how you grammar, good sir.
It should be like
Alright,
a
the
TARDIS
TARDIS.
machine, shouldn't it? TARDIS. Oh no, it's TARDIS capsule, isn't it?
Like a time capsule, yeah. It's like
Yeah.
a Type 40 time capsule.
Time and relative dimension in space capsule. I'm a singular dimension.
Oh yeah, so I guess
boy.
maybe before Susan thought of the name TARDIS, they just called them Type 10 time capsules.
Wasn't it
Type
like
20 travel? Yeah, something
travel
what I
machine
mean
or something
now.
like that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and then Susan thought up the name, and then by the time they got back to Gallifrey, the second Doctor got back to Gallifrey, and everyone was calling it the TARDIS. The Time Lords that put the Doctor on trial were like, "Hey, that was actually kind of good. Did you think we should, take it and he's
Yeah.
a criminal? We don't care."
That's one for all the nerds out there. Is it ever
Yeah.
referred to as a TARDIS by another Time Lord before that point?
Before the War Games. Well, no, because the Time Lords don't appear until the War Games.
Is that the first?
We have to. Yeah, so we have to figure out. I've got the War Games, so one day I'll rewatch it and find out who says TARDIS first, the Doctor or a Time Lord. And if it's the Doctor or one of his companions, then we could say they got the name from them.
Yes.
And if it's a Time Lord, then the whole theory's out the window. But
Mystery managed
Anyway,
eventually.
yeah,
I'm sure Jim will wreck on it soon.
probably better get back to the list. We have dimensions. in time.
Granville.
The list. We're going in 9 times as deep with number 11 on board Deep Space Nine.
Times as deep.
What was
better be
that?
a porn parody.
What did he say?
We're going in 9 times as deep with number 11.
Whoa!
Jesus
Deep
Christ.
Space Nine.
9 times as deep.
It's Fevers Fevers McGruin at number 10 with
Oh.
the wrong trousers.
Have you seen this
Have
chicken?
Have you ever felt like this? From down it comes number 9. It's round
Whoa.
a twist.
Oh,
That
you
makes me
ever-
feel
ever
uncomfortable in a
felt
way I
like
don't
this?
understand.
with the help of a spirit, you can elevate your piss.
Obviously, fighting evils in the desert sand and teaching your kids how to count. Oh, nombre takes number 8.
Number 10.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say. Wait, what?
Number 8, so does it matter?
There's a steward's inquiry.
Whatever. But before everyone and their mums were making live-action DC shows, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, fly in at number 7.
Nice.
Cheating on your wife's completely is fine as long as you time travel to do it, because hey, how can it be cheating if you're technically not born yet? At number 6, Rodney's being a plonker in Goodnight Sweetheart.
Yo, what?
So, Goodnight Sweetheart is a time travel comedy about Nicholas Lyndhurst finding a time portal back to the World War II London, and he falls in love, so he tries to keep up a relationship between the two time zones. And it don't
He's
fit.
Mormon.
It's and like it sounds like they're promoting cheating and stuff, but 9 times out of 10 things go bad for him.
Good.
Yeah, good.
And in the end he does end up getting stuck in one time and having
I was going to say, like, is he actually stuck there the entire time, or can he move freely between them?
to move back and forth.
Scumbag.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But him and his
This
wife
isn't a
hasn't
woke
been
podcast.
born yet. How can it be cheating if his wife hasn't been born in the 40s?
Yeah, but he's still
Because-
technically.
I know.
I know.
That's yeah. Get your disembodied hands ready. It's Zap at number 5.
Yes.
Like when you're playing football outside and you're wearing a short sleeve shirt but you've got gloves on. I never understand why people do this, but then it's so cold that your forearms fall off due to frostbite and you become a Rayman.
Only your arms fall off. Your actual hands are fine.
Yes.
Okay. Too many teenagers, not enough attitude. The Mighty Morphers only make number 4 this year.
Oh, shit.
Because Mighty Morphin's not the best Power Rangers series.
It is not, by a long shot.
And
We have to fight for in space when we get there, aren't we?
literally, it has too many teenagers, not enough attitude at times. That's
A juice bar?
yeah.
Yeah.
I love it because it's the original and it's nostalgic, but
Yeah.
it's pretty low on my list of best Power Ranger series.
That's fair.
Pretty low, who's she?
Pretty low.
Hey-oh!
Quite a hoe.
Hey-oh!
Chac Magique.
Up, Steve!
Chac Magique. Tilly, Tom and Tiny are awarded number 3 in Tots TV.
Oh, one each.
1 each. Come on, Tit Team, it's time to fly. Come outside, Barks in at number 2.
Come on,
Oh,
tit team.
God.
Come on, Tit.
There's a comma in that line.
But
Come on, tit team.
Come on, tit, comma, team.
And last but not least, number 1, Hey Ho, it's City and Co.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. There we
yeah.
go.
Now,
That's good.
let me just
Yeah.
open up my envelope with my prediction in it. And there is a scrap of paper with the word sooty on it, which I'm holding up to the microphone so you can see.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my god, I believe you!
see it through the microphone. I do have a couple of little nice tidbits about this year as well, actually.
Oh, the invisible tower bits.
So, CBBC began repeats of Grange Hill, start every Sunday morning, and it didn't end until 1999.
One continuous rebroadcast. That's it.
No. They
The
showed
same episode spread out over years.
It showed 1 to 2 episodes every Sunday, but because it was 16 series long, it took them a good 6 years to get through it.
God,
That's faster than us in Star Trek.
Yeah. Part of the show's 15th anniversary. But speaking of Star Trek,
Ooh.
Sky One airs an unaired 3rd season episode from The Next Generation for the first time in the UK, as it was never shown on BBC Two until 2007 because it's referencing the reunification of Ireland being achieved through terrorism in Northern Ireland between the Provisional Irish Republican Army and the Troubles.
They didn't show Unification Part 1 and 2?
I'm guessing not, no.
Shit.
Because
They're big
it-
episodes.
Yeah.
Speaking of another Star Trek one,
Depicted terrorism working, which obviously they couldn't.
Fair point.
Yeah.
speaking of another Star Trek one they didn't show until this year, Plato's Stepchildren, an episode of the original series, was shown on BBC Two for the first time, having not been shown in the original run on BBC One,
Oh.
which is, I believe, the Uhura Kirk kiss.
Yeah.
Also, one for kids of the 90s, Nickelodeon UK and Cartoon Network UK launch this year.
Really? I don't know.
And also, Mr. Blobby has his novelty song this year, inspired by Noel's House Party.
How do you
how's it go?
explain Mr. Blobby
Blobby.
to an American audience?
Terror in pink and polka dots.
Blobby's just
Blobby,
a,
Blobby.
Blobby's
Blobby.
just a normal man who likes to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Or at least he was before the creature stole him and took his skin.
Nice.
Blobby, 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 Blobby.
Yeah. And that was 1993 in TV.
Hooray!
Yeah.
So let us know what you think. You can find the poll up your ass and vote in it for what your favorite is. You got Shooting Stars, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Sooty and Co, and Zap. Is there anything else you want to put on there? Did we all?
Sooty and Co. Sooty and Co.
Was there anything that we all mentioned?
I'm trying to think. Come Outside.
Come Outside would be... Wait,
No,
wasn't that someone's number one? Isn't that Alex's number one, Come Outside?
No,
it's
no,
not.
Zap.
I'd say
Yeah,
maybe
is that-
Come Outside. Come Outside was pretty high on my list. Don't know about others.
Yeah, it was like number. I can't know what it was. It was like, yeah. on my
I
list.
forgot to mention it at all.
Good, it's decided. Come Outside is our fifth choice.
Oh,
All right. Magic. Sac Magique, you might say.
Sac Magique. Didn't make the list.
Incroyable.
Zut alors.
Zut alors.
Ah,
And it's suddenly got racist.
Il n'y a pas assez d'eau sur la lune pour permettre la vie. And on that bombshell, do not look at the moon.
oh, that. Ah.
Whatever you do not look at the moon.
Are you familiar
Straight
with
to
Local
that.
58 TV?
No.
It's
It
the
just sounds
guy-
like a weird NFT thing.
It's the guy behind the webcomic Chainsaw Suit. I think he writes for some of the Cyanide and Happiness comics as well, and he
right.
wrote the Candle Cove.
No.
But it's basically just like
Zutalore.
what's the one that says "Do not look at the moon"? Is it the Weather
does
Service?
sound familiar.
Yeah, here we are. Weather Service. That's the one, I think. But they're good little videos. There's only... How many videos have they got? 2, 4, 6, 8 videos. They're each like a couple of minutes long. But that's a recommendation for me. Local 58.
Oh, I love shit like this.
TV.
Okay. I'll watch that in a bit.
Speaking of shit like this, I think I cut it out of the last one. But there's a great web series called I Am Sophie that was like a spooky tunes. And I've been binging a load of these. There's another great one called Dad, which is really good.
Dad.
Just
Dad.
Dad. But check all of them out. They're all pretty cool. Christian's recommendations to you.
Ooh.
Aw.
Cool.
Let me find the video I watched that summarizes it all, so you don't have to watch the whole thing. Here we are. Dad. There's a video I watched. It was a guy called Nightmind for anyone playing along at home. So that's Christian's roundup. Any other biscuits?
No, I
we're
got down.
Still waiting on the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, but you know.
No.
I don't think that's going to come for a while, is it?
No, I think people are like, apparently, that's on there. I do have a biscuit. Apparently, cinemas have gotten so pissed off at waiting for any kind of marketing, they've started using fan-made posters in the cinemas and basically putting them outside.
Well, I mean, like, how long until it actually releases?
December 17th.
Okay, so there's still a bit of time.
There's been nothing, no poster, no teaser trailer, absolutely nothing whatsoever. No marketing whatsoever. Even the toys are coming out in a few days.
You know
Oh,
what?
shit.
What I'm about to say might be a bit controversial. But if that's the way cinemas or just marketing goes for films in future, I'm up for that.
Yeah,
Stop showing me fucking spoilers of what I'm going to go watch in a cinema.
Yeah.
agreed. Absolutely
I
agreed.
want to be surprised. If Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are in the cinema or in the film, I want to be surprised when I watch it. I don't want to know who the next fucking Doctor is. I want to be surprised when they regenerate. Anyway.
I completely agree with you on that one, dude.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
fair.
it could be controversial with anyone who listens because loads of people. There's YouTubers that make a living off of reacting to YouTube film trailers.
That is true.
But
I remember seeing there was this was years ago now. This was like 2008. I think it was the Twilight New Moon trailer came out, and there was a girl who reacted to it, and it's hilarious what happens. But yeah, that's just I think she probably starts crying, and yeah, it's just so funny.
But yeah, no.
What it
I think I'm certainly I'm against trailers. I don't mind posters.
Mm.
Not too many pictures and stuff, but just a poster just to let you know the film's coming, and then that's fine.
Yeah. Or
Fair
a
enough.
teaser. You can do teaser trailers that tell you nothing
Yeah.
and just show you.
10-second trailers sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what people
Yeah.
are kind of sort of hoping for at the moment, but not even that has been released. They're really
Enough
kind of keeping
to
it close
whet
to their
the
chest.
appetite.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, like, for something like Marvel films, you don't really need a trailer these days because everybody's just going to go fucking see it anyway.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it's also because of the pandemic. A lot of like stuff has obviously like sort of not been released. It's been released much closer to the date that it's going to be released. Like a trailer, for instance.
Unless you're Black
Because-
Widow, in which case you're a year late.
Okay, or that. But apparently that didn't make as much money as Marvel hoped.
Well, Black Widow.
Yeah, apparently I don't know if what I've read is true. But yeah, I have no idea. I haven't watched it, but
It's all right. It's a solid B+.
I was never interested in her as a character. I found her very boring.
Yeah, but you know, after they did Wonder Woman,
Have you guys
Gonna
ever
have to do
seen Under the Skin with Scarlett Johansson in?
No,
Scarlett Johansson.
I feel like she
Johansson.
just plays the same thing in every. She's very
Oh.
kind of monotone voice, and she just plays
Not-
the same person in every film I've seen her in.
In Under the Skin, she plays an alien who's coming to Earth to kidnap people and steal their blood.
Scarlet, no, haven't seen.
And it's amazing. It's so
So kind of playing against type a little bit then.
it's so freaky. It's like difficult just where it's so heavy. There was a bit where I was watching it at home. I had to stop it. It was a brilliant film, don't get me wrong. I had to stop it and to have a break and go get a cup of tea. And then I came back and it got even badder.
Oh god,
no.
I don't know
But it
if
was
I
great.
like films like that because they're
No,
awkward.
I don't. I think I watched Natural Born Killers. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah,
In uni, and I walked out of it feeling so just icky. Like I was just like, oh my god,
Dirty.
like yeah, I was like, I hated it. I just what it was a really weird feeling. I felt really like upset after watching it.
I tell you a good way of describing Under the Skin is it gets under your skin. I think
my
that was,
god.
It was, yeah, it's obviously what they call it that.
God.
Amazing.
So, you say they have achieved what they were going for?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Before we finish, Wheel of Time
So
news.
the movie was a success. Ah!
Wheel of Time news. They started filming the second series. Hooray! And the first series is due to come out in November. Hooray! That's all I have to say on that subject. Apart
Something
from
else you might
read
like,
the books
Christian.
because they're
Have you
brilliant.
seen the Dune trailer?
Yes, actually, I have.
What do you think?
It really doesn't seem like a lot happens in that film, does it?
No.
What's Dune?
The book June. The book
Spice
was-
must flow.
the book's obviously a classic, but reading the book, the first third was such a slog because you have to try and learn all the things that are going on. By the time you've learned that, you get into it and it's a bit better.
Yeah.
I worry that it's probably one of those things that works better as a book.
It's a very slow burn.
Yeah. But he's doing 2 films. He's splitting it across
Yeah.
2 films, so
Which
maybe
is
more
good.
will happen in the second one.
It's an impressive cast list, though.
Yes. It's got
Yeah.
your man who did the things, the boy.
Yeah, him.
Yeah. Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Oliphant.
Timothy
Chalamet.
Chalamet, that's it. And he's been in
Chalamet.
something else that I realised, and I didn't realise it was the same guy until I realised.
He was in this like kind of like I guess not like cult hit, but like it was a very kind of raved about film about like because he was in like a gay relationship with someone, and I was like, oh okay, I'll check it out. People were raving
Regationship.
about it. Relationship, yeah, like
Relationship.
relationship. He was in like he played like a gay character, and I was like, okay, I'll check this out. It's, you know, all about LGBT rep, and I checked it out, and I found the film so I was like, this is so boring. This story.
That's right, he was in Interstellar. He played one of their kids in Interstellar, I think.
Oh, the boy,
okay.
probably.
Yeah, anyway,
So, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, June.
Yeah.
If they're faithful
Yeah,
to the
sure.
book, I can't ask for more.
The thing is, if they're faithful to it, they can go the other way by making it too faithful.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
they can either
that's-
go like faithful enough to be good or faithful enough to be the fucking Hobbit.
Oh yeah. But that's the thing with Wheel of Time. Actually, the showrunner's been saying to everyone, we're not going to follow scenes word for word from the book. We're gonna have to cut things and move things because the books is 14 books long in the series, so they just can't adapt it. Budget means they have to drop a location, which means they then have to drop characters, which then has knock-on effects down the line. So he's like had to say, we're doing the same story but not the same events exactly.
So they're actually doing what Game of Thrones did, but they're planning it out from the start.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that'll be interesting.
I kind of want to rewatch Game of Thrones and just play a game of how many drop plot threads are there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll probably you'll probably be so upset by the end of it.
Oh god, yeah. I feel like if you're going into Game of Thrones for the very first time, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I think it's just we had to wait 3 years to get the final 12 episodes, and it just sucked for us.
Yeah, I think they're waiting. Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet is going to play Willy Wonka in a film called Wonka in 2023.
What? Okay, no, I can't.
Is it like a
I
Wonka
can't
prequel?
Imagine that. Everyone's
Yes.
getting a freaking prequel nowadays.
Young Willy Wonka and How He Met the Oompa Loompas. But then they
Oh,
come from
fuck
Oompa
off.
Loompa Land.
Sake, no. Why? Why is
They
that
get
not
eaten by
needed?
vicious knids.
And I thought fucking Solo was unnecessary.
It really is. No one wants to do an original idea anymore. It's all just cash-ins at this point.
The best
Yep.
stuff's happened. I mean, I've mentioned this before to a couple of people about how it really does feel like, there's kind of golden ages of things where I think we had the golden age of
I'm not in
TV was
it.
around the 80s and the 90s because past a certain, once a thing's been around for long enough, you've done everything
Yeah.
and everything just becomes derivative.
Well, there's only 7 stories in the world, isn't there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Up, down, left, right, charm, strange, and select.
Sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of like original things, there is
sure.
a film trilogy which is being released on Netflix. I think the first one is out. I think the second one is as well. It's called Fear Street.
Right.
Part 1 is 1994. The second one is 1978, and then part 3 is like 15 or like 18 something like that. It's
Right.
yeah. It's a 1666. There we go.
Great Fire London year.
Yeah, and it's It's gay. It's gay.
It's gay.
like the main character is gay. It's fucking fantastic. But it's a kind of a horror. It's like a slasher kind of thing. But it's really good. Like way better than I had any expectation of it being.
Didn't you say it was unnecessary?
Hey?
You said speaking of unnecessary and segued into this, did you?
No.
Did I imagine that?
No, he said, speaking of, what was it you said? It wasn't unnecessary, though.
Yeah.
Going off
Well,
of like the unoriginal stuff.
That was it, yeah, speaking of original, that's what you said.
Yeah, because this is, as far as I know, it's an original idea. You know,
Oh,
okay, it's like the slasher kind of thing, but it's not based on anything that I know of. It's not inspired by anything. It's just an interesting thing that they're doing a trilogy, like in one go. Because like you got part one, and then it's going to go back in time to the previous time that this all happened, and then you're going to go back in the third one to the like original part of the curse. So it's actually quite interesting.
And I guess you learn more the further back you go. Makes sense.
Yeah.
That seems. Oh, that's kind of what my plan was for.
God, it's R.L. Stein.
I was
that
that was kind of
explains
my
it.
plan for the overarching plot for the Invisible Tower story. So they actually stole it from me. I think you'll find.
Well, there goes the idea of it being original, but I don't know, it's good. I like it.
What was it called
I've
again?
seen
Sorry.
Fear Street Part 1, 1994.
Fair Street. I will check that out.
Yeah,
I'll download
good.
it and watch it in 5 years. Thanks.
sure. It's on the list.
Yeah. Speaking of unnecessary, actually,
Oh,
they've adapted some Pratchett novels, the Watch ones, into a series called The Watch that is like in a completely different style to Pratchett, and it's set in a cyberpunk world and has changed all the characters and made them crap. And I
have several questions.
I'm not going anywhere near it because all I had to do was read the reviews that said this is novel to do with Pratchett. And I was like, well, no thanks.
Novel to do with Pratchett. If that's not a solid review, I don't know what is.
Anyway, we better end it there.
Yeah, that's probably a safe place to end it.
So thanks for watching, everyone. That was a good one this week, I thought.
Yeah.
So thanks for attending. Thanks for listening, and we will be back next time with another episode of Inaudible. We'll
Christian?
We'll talk about things.
If we're all here in 1994, if anyone's missing, then
We'll just
I
have
should have
war.
saved that film talk for next year. For next episode, it'd be 1994.
Yay!
Didn't think. Oh,
Well then.
see you next week. Go away.
Oh.